Welcome to the video inspection of MSM English School. And right now I'm standing in front of the school premises. You can see the gate. This is just next to the main road. So this is the school premise, and you can hear the sound of the traffic. I'll now enter the gates of the school. This is the school gate. I'm entering through the gate. Just next to the gate is a small parking area. This is the room for the security personnel, and this is the security personnel standing next to the gate. Now when I'm entering the gate, you can see all around, this is our campus, and this is the boundary wall. So you can see the trees are planted next to the boundary wall. When the trees are, the trees are visible, but you can see the boundary wall as well right now. So this is the boundary wall. The entire length of the boundary wall is 238 meters all around the campus. Next to the boundary walls are trees planted so that there is some sort of shade, and the drivers who come and park their vehicles, they can, wait for some time in shade. That is the whole purpose. So this is the whole boundary wall. And the height of the boundary wall, you can see it's visible from here. It's 2 meters. The boundary wall is all around, and this is a zone where students, when they come, they get down from their vehicles, and there's a small pavement you can see over here. So basically what they do is, after getting down from the vehicles, so that they are not hit by other vehicles, they are dropped on this pavement. So that is one of the safety features we have added. Now there's a beautification also done over here. You can see plants are planted so that the place looks beautiful. And now I'll just show you the driveway, or in fact it's a footpath as well, we can say. It's divided into different zones. This particular area is only for driveway, and the vehicles coming to the school can drive through this. Now you can see there is another building over here, and let me just show you the parking zone as well. So apart from the parking zone that I showed you, there's one more parking zone which is located over here. This parking zone is mainly meant for autos, and this is the path that is leading to our junior school building. So this is the school building, the junior school building. This is a small assembly area. You can see it's all cemented because we are having small children over here, and small assembly area where the children stand and conduct the assembly. And this building is connected to the senior school building. Now I'll be moving towards the senior school building. So you can see there's a small bridge, because just under the bridge is a canal, and we have protected that canal by cleaning it properly, and then a wall and fence has been put over it, and a small bridge has been constructed. You can see there's a small bridge, and this small bridge leads to the senior school building. Now this is the senior school building. And now you can see that the path that we covered initially while we were entering the school. So this is the driveway, and this is the walker's path. The children who walk to the gate, they walk through this path, and this is a small bridge, and this leads to the main gate. And now you can see this is the school ground, and a little bit of beautification is done over here as well with the plantations, and this entire thing is the playground. The total area of the ground is 22,244.87 meter. So in square meters it is. So 22,244.87 square meter is the ground area. So this is in square meters. And in detail, you can even check in our website. The detail of the school ground is mentioned clearly over there. And I will be showing a bit of the portion of the ground now by standing inside the ground, on the ground, and how the building is visible from the ground. You can see that. So this is a goal post for football. The same ground we can use for cricket and other facilities as well. The annual sports is conducted over here. And this is the school building. So when the assembly happens, that is the stage, and this is the school building. The entire building is visible from here. And then apart from this ground, we have a side ground as well, which is meant for a net practice. So when cricket is being played, I'll move towards that area. I'm moving towards this area, and at the same time you can see the boundary wall as well, now clearly visible from here. Now this is the cricket net practice zone. You can see that box net is used over here. We have got 2 pitches. So this is pitch number 1, and there's a pitch number 2 for net practice. And you can see the boundary wall ends over here. So this is the end of the boundary wall, and towards one side the children go for net practice. We have a roller as well to roll the pitches. And this is one more entrance of the school building. From the sides there is one more entrance. So this is a side view of the building, and from here you can enter the school building as well. And now I'm entering the main gate of the school. So this is the main gate. The moment you enter the gates, you can see there's a Saraswati statue over here. So this is where the building starts, and people enter by seeing the Saraswati statue. Next to this lobby area, and this is a reception. This is the reception that we have over here. And this is the waiting area of the parents. Right now, many parents have come to the school to, pay the school fees and other things. And this is the staff room. Next to the staff room is a cupboard where the trophies are highlighted, in fact kept over here, or achievements. And there's a photo cupboard as well, where we stick the photos of annual gathering. So you can see the pictures over here of sports and pro-scholastic and other events. Now this is the staff room. This is a staff room. 9.8 into 6.1 meter is the size of the staff room. Now one end there's a staff room, the other end is the office. So I'll be entering the office right now. So this is the office, and you can see how the office looks like. There are small cubicles where parents come and talk with the people, the parents and our office staff, they interact. And this is where the office super sits. And we have got the cupboards. I'll show you the filing arrangement of the cupboards. And this is how we maintain the entire filing. You can see that this is how the filing is done. Box files are kept, systematically arranged. And regarding the office setup, let me show you the printers. So this is a printer over here, and another printer I'll show you. This is another printer over here. So there are 2 printers. One photocopy machine you can see over here. I guess it's clear from this angle. Now you can see there are 2 more rooms over here. The one room says it's for president and directors, and this is the principal's office. So I'll take you first inside the principal's office. And right behind the door, the moment the person enters, he will be able to see this view of the principal's room. So this is the view of the principal's room. Attached to the principal room is a washroom. So this is a washroom. This is a management room. When the management people come, they sit over here and conduct a meeting. So now that I am out from my office, and I would like to point some few things that we have done. This is a wall painting. We have used wall paintings at different parts of the building, in different parts of the building. There are few themes. One theme is Incredible India. Then we have dealt with certain things that the children need to know. For example, stop, look, listen, then cross. So some visual instructions are given to the children. And this room we have kept for class 11th. So if anyone can open the room, yes. So this is, we have kept it for class 11, and this is a corridor where classrooms are, set up. This is class 10th, and you can see the entire, this leads to the other part of the building. But this one is the classroom for standard 11, and this is how this classroom is. Again, the sizes and everything I have put it in the school website, as well as I'll attach it in a separate mail. This is the digital board that we have. This is a Tata Class Edge board. So this is a Class Edge board and a green board or a black board. And you can see the school, this classroom has proper ventilation. Windows are here, and curtains are put over here because this is a digital classroom, and when the digital board is on, the curtains are needed. Fine. So we will just take a quick walk now, and I'll show you the washroom. Just next to the classroom is a washroom. This is the washroom for boys. The girls' washroom is located on the other side, so I'll be showing both. So this is a boys' washroom, and this is a hand wash area. A small tray has been, basin has been put over here, a dustbin, and I'll be opening the bathroom. It's not in use now though. So this is a bathroom of the boys, boys' washroom. So we have got 2 toilets over here and urinals, basins, light inside the washroom. After coming out from the washroom, there's a hand wash area, and this is another gate through which you can exit from the building. So this is the 3rd gate that we have, and this is a corridor, and other classrooms are located next to the corridors. This is, for example, class 4. And you see, we promote one more thing, that is indigenous sports. So indigenous sports is being promoted by different school, different paintings on the walls of the school. For example, you can see this is a wooden spring top. The things that children have forgotten, which we used to play in our childhood, we have painted this to make those games popular among children. And this is the school, different classrooms. Then we are entering the school infirmary. This is school infirmary, and we have got 2 beds. 2 beds are here, and this is also well ventilated. The ventilation is, you can see the windows are here. You can see the back side of the junior school building from this side, one of the windows. And from this side of the infirmary, you can see the bridge that leads to the junior school building. And when this room is, or the windows are open, you can see the greenery all around, and it gives a soothing feeling to the children who come over here to take some rest when they are not well. And every room, as you can see, has a CCTV installed. So this is a CCTV camera you can see from here. And these cameras ensure the security and nothing goes wrong. We ensure that. And you can see the CCTV is installed all around the corridor. So whoever is entering and whoever is exiting can be seen clearly. So this is another CCTV camera. So the entire corridor is covered with CCTV. So this is a CCTV camera, and this is the corridor. So now we will be walking towards the girls' washroom. So as you saw, this was the boys' washroom we just covered a few minutes back. This is a class 11th room. And now we are walking towards the girls' washroom. And on the way, I will be showing you the staircase that leads to the first floor. So this is the staircase that leads to the first floor. And we have put some COVID-19 instructions also over here. This is the art form that we are trying to, highlight. The Worli painting. The Worli painting is being painted on the walls. So anything that has to do with being an Indian, feeling of nationalism, we try to put that on the walls. These are the different 2 toilets that we have in the ground floor, apart from the boys and girls toilets. This is one which we use for, this is the ladies and this is the gents, and this is specially used for visitors. Otherwise, it's for anyone who is handicapped. Children with special need, they can use these two toilets. Though we do not have a single case right now in our school in terms of physical handicap, but these are the rooms that the provision is there to be used for, used by toilet for person with disability. So you can see this is how it is. We have kept one for person with disability, and teachers use it because it's next to the staff room. So some teachers go and use, when teachers have to use this washroom, they can use this washroom as well. Then there are some bulletin boards that we have. So whatever information regarding Olympiads and examinations are put on these boards. This is the class 10th. This is class 10th. Again, the similar type of classroom that we have. The sizes I will definitely mention, as I said, in my mail. And each classroom has a CCTV camera as well. You can see the CCTV camera, the fans, the dustbin, teacher's table, and other things are there. And now we will walk past this 10th standard classroom, and we are approaching the girls' washroom. And you can see we have kept visual cues, washroom for the girls. And this is a protected, electricity board that we have, protected it thoroughly. It's not exposed. So all wiring and everything that is related to the main switch is kept over here. And I'll be entering the girls' washroom now. No one is inside, I just unlocked it. So this is how the girls' washroom is. You see there's a basin and soap is still kept despite the school being closed. These are the urinals that we have, and the toilet, one Western and two Indian style. And we have got light also, though it's not very clean right now because the school was closed for quite some time. No one was coming inside. But this is a standard washroom for the girls. On each floor, we have got one washroom for boys and one washroom for girls with multiple urinals and toilets. And this is drinking water. This is RO drinking water. So this taps contain RO water, and so anyone wants to drink water, they can fill their bottles from here. Though the children carry the water bottle from their homes, but just in case they need more water and after the meals they need water, we provide RO water from here. RO plant is installed in the school. This is a fire extinguisher that we have on each floor. Ground floor has all these fire extinguishers. And as you can see, the date, I'll try to highlight the date over here. So it's 3/12/2020. So you see it's till the end of December, it has been, it will be active. So expiry date is checked also. And then I'm walking past the other rooms, and we are moving towards the music room and other laboratories. So this is a small music room that we have. And tablas are there, and drums and synthesizers. And here the children learn music. So we have not put everything outside, but a few things that can be seen. For example, the synthesizers, you can see the synthesizers. So we have a rack for synthesizers, tablas, drums, guitars. So all these things are here. So we have around 15 synthesizers are there. And how many tablas do we have?
24.
20?
24.
24 tablas. So we have got 15 synthesizers, 24 tablas, and other equipment. So a class size of 40 children can easily, everyone can be active. You can actively, having an instrument to play. So there will be vocalists also. Yeah, big drums are also there. So everyone can be given an instrument to play while they are in the music room. So this is the music room. Now we will be moving towards the maths lab. So this is the maths lab. And as you know, like as I told in the building, there are different walls that we paint so that learning can happen from the walls also. So the wall is painted like this, you see, the squares and the different shapes, pentagon. So while the children are just waiting outside to enter the lab, they can still look at something and learn. So that is the whole idea. Now we are entering the maths lab. This is a maths lab. We have put the equipment on the tables. These are the places where we actually keep them locked. You can see it has a shelf over here and a drawer. In the drawer also certain things are kept. So all these things are there, and this is how the maths lab looks like. So all these are shapes, instruments. You can see the shapes are there, and some glass equipment. This is a fiber. This is not glass, actually this is fiber. It's there, and all these things are there. So you see, there's a formula chart and algebraic identity, the protractors, the divider, big size. So these are all demonstration instruments. Area of a circle, for example. So all these things. Bhaskara's proof of Pythagoras theorem. So all these equipment we have procured from as a maths lab equipment, and there are two big size abacus instruments as well. And then we have charts on the wall, graph chart and three-dimensional figures, mensuration, data. So all these things are there. So this is how the room looks like. And children can stand next to these tables and they can work on these equipment. These equipments are kept on the table right now to show the inspection committee, but normally these things are locked inside the cupboards, and whatever is required, only that is taken out. And as you see from this side also, they can have a lovely view of the greenery that we have planted next to the windows and the school field. So when the children are studying mathematics, it has been made more juicy for them in terms of the view from the window, and they can see the playground outside. So they get a very good feel. They do not get scared about the subject, because maths at times is very scary to people. So making the room like this, ambience of the room, helps them to love the subject. So that is the whole idea that we have behind development of the maths lab. So these are small boxes as well. Roman number kit, algebra tiles. So this is all packed. You can see we use this. All right. So these are different equipment, as I said. Ring set of the theorem, hollow cylinder, different shapes and different sizes are used to teach the children the concepts. And there are rules for the laboratory also written very clearly over here. So the visibility of the rules should be clearly pasted. So that is one of the things that has been done, so that children know what is expected from them, how they need to behave in the laboratories. Now I'm exiting from the maths lab and entering the chemistry lab. So this is the chemistry lab, and you can see again the wall painting suggests that this is a chemistry lab. So these are visual cues. We implement the principles of Lean Six Sigma in the school, and one of the principles of Lean is clear visibility. So children or anyone who is entering the school premises, even without looking at the board, can fairly understand that this is a chemistry lab. And of course the board is also there. So the visual message is very loud and clear, so that anyone can understand what it is. So this is how the chemistry lab looks like. So you can see there are certain doctor's emergency number also posted in the chemistry lab, because in case of certain emergency that happens in the chemistry lab, the doctors can be called immediately, and help can be taken from them. Now rules for the laboratory again is pasted over here, as you can see, and Dr. C.V. Raman's picture, the periodic table of elements, and these are the racks and the taps and the basin. The chemicals are put over here. Normally we do not keep any chemical which is corrosive and harmful to the children on the shelves. It's kept locked. So everything is labeled, as I said. And now I'm moving towards the other labs. I'll exit the door, but you can see there's a fire extinguisher placed over here. Chemistry lab needs a fire extinguisher, so it's there in place. And we have a balance, small balance to measure the weight. So weighing machine again, very clearly labeled. The sockets are here. And the CCTV camera, again it's in place. You can see the CCTV camera is in place. And this is the entire lab. This is the entire lab. So now from here I'm exiting and I'll be moving towards the biology lab. And as you can see, the microscope picture itself suggests the visual cue is there, that is the biology lab. The board is there in place. And entering the biology lab, again, when you enter, the rules of the laboratory clearly mentioned. Charts are there in place. We have got these models. The models are placed in small glass cupboards so that the children can see from outside without touching them. There's a plastic skeleton. This is not plastic, this is probably plaster of Paris, I guess, or some plastic material. I'm not sure which material it is made of, but this is a skeleton which is not a real one. It's hanging for the children's reference. We have got these microscopes in place, and these are kept next to the window so that the visibility of the slides are good. So we have placed all the microscopes like this next to the windows. Again, there are lockers and drawers for every microscope. We put them inside the drawers and lockers. This is how the laboratory looks like. And next to it, again, you can see there's a side view of the building. So you have already seen this before, the cricket nets. So this is that area of the building, which is the extreme right side of the building. Our lab is located. And there are grills for the safety of the children. And these are the slides that we have. And these are the chemicals that we have, for example, safranin and what is this? Again, this is safranin. And the blue one is methylene blue. So all these chemicals that are required for staining of the slides are here. And samples. So these are dissection boxes. And some specimens are kept over here. And we have ensured that the specimens that are being used, this is a purchase long time ago. And I believe that these specimens are the ones which do not in any way violate the instructions given by CBSE. So these are the specimens that are allowed to be kept in the laboratory. No rare and endangered species here. And the small size of skeleton as well. So these are the things that we have in the biology laboratory. So we have already covered now the chemistry lab and the biology lab. And now we'll move into inside the computer lab. So we'll go inside the computer lab. Next to the maths lab is the computer lab. So this area is full of labs. So children know that this is the area of labs, so they come in like that. So this is the computer lab. And again, a visual cue, as I said, it's there in place, a keyboard, which suggests that it's a computer lab. And this is a lab that we have over here. And you can see the wall. It sort of puts the logos on the wall of different companies with the objective of making the child, imagine one day they're going to work for these big brands. So this is one sort of a career awareness that is created by the visual cues as well. So you can see the names of all big brands: IBM, Wipro, Tata, Dell, HP, Infosys, Microsoft, so Facebook. So all these companies, the children should wish one day they will work one day for these companies if they want to. And then we have got these all computer terms on the walls: the keyboard, the ping, the motherboard, the PATA and the SATA cables. So when they look at these things, these are called thinking walls. Children at times look outside on the walls as well. They are not always focused in the computers. So when they look at the wall, instead of a blank wall, if they see something written on that, and that makes them think that what is a pixel, what is a CPU, what is a RAM. So that is called a thinking wall. And decide by thought also, we have kept over here certain slogans. Imbibe and nurture the thinking skills to effectively solve problems through well-reasoned, responsible and ethical decisions. Care for everyone and everything. Self-reflection, introspection and willingness to learn more about one's fundamental nature, purpose and essence. So all these thoughts are kept on the wall with the objective that when the children looks here and there, instead of looking at something that is not relevant or meaningless, if they look at these things, they're bound to think and introspect, and the quest for learning will increase. So these are called thinking walls. And you can see we have got headphones. This earphones or headphones are placed with a speaker. This is mainly because on each computer, apart from the computer lab, this also functions as a language lab. And we have got Wordsworth Language Lab installed on each and every computer. That's the reason each child will have a headphone, and the modules are there inside, the CPU, the computer, and they can easily play those modules and learn English. So this lab acts as an English language lab as well as a computer lab. And curtains are there in place so that there's no reflection. Lights are there and fans are there. You can see at the top, the fans are there. And a CCTV camera as well. So that's it. These are the computer labs. This was the computer lab. And now we are moving towards another small room. There's a sports room. It's not small actually. It's a sports room where the sports equipment are kept in these boxes and trunks. You can see the mat. This is the mat for the cricket pitch. And we've got these hurdles, the victory stand, and these are few exercise equipments. And this pole is for handball. The yellow one is for handball. We have not installed it yet, mainly because we have purchased this year. And before we could have installed, the lockdown started. So it's kept rolled and packed. This is the marking apparatus for ground marking. And cricket pads. And we have got labeling on the boards as well, what it contains. For example, you can see very clearly, this is what it contains: football, basketball, net, all these things. And you see it's kept like this. It's orderly kept. These are the jerseys that we have. Very, very clearly it's mentioned what are the things you will find in the cupboard. For example, this contains, as you see, Lezims, Scout Guide cap, shuttlecock, table tennis ball. So we just check if we find those things as well or not. So where are the legims? You can see the legims are over here. And these are the legims that we have. And the Scout Guide cap and the shuttlecocks and the table tennis balls, the table tennis rackets. So whatever was mentioned, you will find those things in the cupboard. So this is a plastic cone and shot put and discus. So heavy equipments, heavy sports equipments are kept over here. And you can see these are visible as well. In this locker we have got helmets and tennis ball and leather balls, cricket bats, stump, wicket keeper's pad, chess boards. So you can see these things are there. The helmets are there and tennis balls, and these are tennis balls that we have in stock. Cricket bats and leather balls, wicket keeping gloves, and these are all chess boards, and Vicky is, I think, the chess coins that we have. And we have got some good bats, like this is a English willow bat that we have, mainly used for the inter-school matches or intra-school matches as well. And regular use equipment are put in these boxes, where the children can easily take it out and put them back. So these are the things that they use regularly. They can just lift it up like this, take a football and go and play. So like this, right now the bats that are there for rough use, these are kept as well. They use it that way. And you see all the bats that we have are SG bats, and good branded bats are given to the children. So this is it. And now we will go out of this room and I'll show you the visual cue that I missed while entering the room. So you see next to the sports room is again this pictures of sports being played. And again, if you remember, the side view of the side gate of the building where we had the cricket nets. And just when we enter, for the convenience, you enter to the sports room itself. So the distance from the field to the sports room is pretty decent, so the children can easily run inside and take a ball and go again and back to the nets. So that's it. And this is again a staircase that leads to the first floor, and you see on the staircase itself we have put tables, so that when the children climb up, instead of looking here and there, they can actually look at the tables of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is how they climb up on the stairs. So this is also sort of a learning thing that we have put in the staircase. So while moving up on the staircase also, children can learn. Now after covering the sports room, we are moving ahead in the corridor towards the basement. The basement has the facility of indoor sports. This is a staircase that leads to the basement. And indoor sports room. It's also some, it's a hall where we play indoor sports, and it can be used as a multi-purpose hall as well, where certain small events like farewells might be conducted, send-offs of children. And this is how it is normally arranged. When we are not having any program, we have got this table tennis boards. It's covered right now because it's a lockdown time and just cleaned for the inspection committee to see it as of now. So this is how it is normally kept. The hall is normally like this, and we have got 2 table tennis boards over here. And because it's a basement, the ball also does not go outside, so it's very easy for the children to collect it. Then we have got this boxing bags, the boxing bags, the punch bags are there. And this is where we have a boxing coach who teaches boxing over here. And carom boards are placed. You can see it's a fairly big hall. It's a fairly big hall. And the size, of course, again will be written in the mail that I will be sending you. And these are carom boards. So this is how the coins and strikers are kept. Can you open that and show? Yeah. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah. Thank you. So these are the carom boards that we have, and the table tennis is played over here. Then we have this art room. This is a art room that we have. As you can see that, children's work has been put up on the walls, and what they have made, it's kept over here. A lot of things are taken by the children back home, so we do not have everything that they make, but a few pieces have been kept over here as a memory or sort of a sample work. But a lot of things that the children do, they prefer to take it back home and put it on their walls. So this is a Mohenjo-daro dancing girl. And information also given like this. So art and craft plays a very integral role. This is a shikara that has been made, used in a role play also. Guitars that we have used in annual gathering. Then this is a rolling bell that we normally keep in the lobby area. And this bell basically, it can rotate as well, It's actually a rotating bell. Just like we see in the Buddhist stupas, it's like that, It's been made by the children and the art teachers. There's a shivling over here. And this is all made from waste materials. So this looks pretty attractive, and waste materials, as you can see, this is a mouse, waste mouse, and musical instruments and some old alphabets that were no longer being used, wooden blocks converted into alphabets. So this is how it has been made. So this is best out of it. This is a music room, the art room that we have. And as you can see, the room, despite being in the basement, it's well lit. We have not turned the lights on. Lights are off, you can see. And despite that, it's well lit. Yeah, no need of the lights. Okay, it's okay. So this is how the room looks like. And this is another staircase from the opposite side. Like we entered through that staircase, and we can leave the hall from this staircase as well. So 2 staircases lead to this area. And this is another room that we have. This room is not being used as of now. We have kept it as an additional room. So when we will be starting the 11th and 12th, this can be one of the rooms that we use. So 11th science room we have already shown you upstairs. This can be an 11th commerce room as well. So 11th commerce room can be this particular room, or we can use any other room that is there upstairs as well. And CCTV camera is there, so that even the students moving up and down the staircase, they can be watched. And when we get up from the staircase, you see that we have reached the infirmary, the one that we saw earlier. Now we are going to take the staircase upwards. And Khelo India, I've told you that there are Khelo India slogans that we put up on the wall. So this is again hop and skip, right? So hops and skip. This sports is also being made popular among the children through these wall paintings. So now we are climbing up the staircase. So we are finishing the staircase now. We are in the first floor now. We are in the first floor. And you see again, in the first floor, we have a staff room here as well. One we had in the downstairs, in the ground floor. We have one more staff room over here, where teachers who are teaching in the first floor can come and sit over here and, check the notebooks or plan their lessons. So this is where the first floor staff room is. So we have got one staff room in the ground floor, one in the first floor. And again, this Khelo India logo, we are trying to make it popular. Fit India movement. So all these things are put on the walls so that when a child walks through, he can see these pictures and think of playing these indigenous sports. Now we are walking towards the library. And as I said, every floor has a boys' toilet and girls' toilet. Now I'll show you this part. This is basically covered because this is a lift vent. We are about to install the elevator. So very soon we will be doing it. So as of now it's being closed like this, so that no one falls in the vent or something like that happens. So it's guarded very clearly, you can see. So this is where the elevator is supposed to be there. And again, this is a washroom for boys. This is again the Khelo India slogan, Ganda Fodi, which again used to be a popular game earlier. We are trying to make it popular now among the children. And you see, this is another thing that we have to show. We can get to the first floor from this staircase as well, which I showed initially. And there is this fire extinguisher, the pipe of fire extinguisher pipe is installed over there. And while walking, the children can also see the planets. So this is how the staircase is, and painting is done in a way that while getting up on the staircase, instead of pushing each other and talking other things, they can watch something beautiful in front of their eyes that will fascinate them. So this is the view from the first floor. And this is the library. Now see, just when we are entering the library, again there's a picture, visual cue of books. How reading can make the entire world be in your hands. This is how a school uniform looks like. So it's a replica of the school uniform. And again a fire extinguisher just next to the library is there. And we are entering the library. And we have labeled the library books like fiction, A to F, right? This is by the name of the author, right? You can see Chetan Bhagat over here, for example. Then non-fiction books, A to C, non-fiction books, T, like that, A to M. So you can see different labels are put for you to see the library properly. Fictions, non-fictions, and encyclopedia, dictionaries, storybooks, M to N. So labeling is done. Students' reference books are kept over here, 1st to 5th. Magazines and periodicals. So we subscribe different magazines like Champak and Outlook and The Week. So these things, old issues, are preserved. So we preserve, let's say, at least 1 year's issues over here before actually sending it to or disposing it off. So all these things are here. Shiksha Samagran, Champak Hindi, Arogya Dhyan, Chanda Mama. So all these books are there. These are periodicals and magazines kept in this locker. This is Corner for teachers reference book. So whatever the teachers need to refer to, these books are over here. These are books of historical importance, like history books, A to M. GK is there. So all these books are kept like this. Science reference books. Then we have got these charts. History charts are there, geography charts are there, and other charts are there. So in case the teacher needs to take a chart to the classroom, they can come to the library and take a chart from here and start teaching. This is where we put the newspapers. Right now these are all old newspapers because during this COVID-19 we are not taking newspapers anymore because of the fear of corona spreading and school being closed. So but this is how the newspapers are displayed on these stands, and the children can stand and read those. And these are magazine stands, how the magazines are displayed, and the children can pick any one of these and start reading. Reader's Digest, Science Reporter. And before it's sent to the library, we make sure that we screen the book, and if there is any picture that is not okay for the children to see, we remove those magazines from the shelves, or before they reach the shelves rather. And this is the reading area. This is the reading area. I'll show you the front view. Yeah, this is how the entire reading area looks like. And you see, there's a board over here as well, that this is a reading area. Silence has to be maintained over here. And each table can basically accommodate 8 students. 8 students can comfortably sit. You can sit 3 one side, 3 on the other side, and 2 at the corners, 2 different extremes. So 8 students can basically sit over here. So if it's a class of 40, how many tables do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see very clearly there are 5 tables that are placed, and 40 children can easily fit in over here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 40 kids can easily and comfortably sit. In fact, we have got 2 more tables in case we have some guests. When the school is in normal condition, it's running normally, we install 2 more tables over here so that guests can sit at times. This is the area where we dump certain books, For example, you see it's labeled over here. The samples that the school receive, we keep it over here. Now these are different sample books that the school has received, different publications, they give it to us. Now what we basically do and how we use the book is, we keep it like this, and the children can refer to these books also at times when they need to. Beside that, when someone does something wonderfully well in the class, we use one of these books to be given to the children as a reward. So rewards and recognitions for this also, these books are given. And you see how the ambience is, the library wall ambience. Apart from that, this is how the entire thing looks like from the library. They can see the ground. From the library, the ground is visible, right? And on the other hand side, if there's a row of windows on the other side also like this, when that is opened up, you can see the lobby area from the library as well. Normally these are closed. These windows are closed, but once we open, there's cross ventilation. One side of the window is like that. This is the other side. Cross ventilation is there, and children are very, very comfortable while they are studying in the library. So now we will move out of the library, but before we move out of the library, I'll show you the board that we have. This is a library committee. That's also, put on the walls so that everyone can see the library committee, who are the members. Student representation is there. One from a boy side and one from the girl side. They are student representatives. So this is the library committee that we have. And again, rules and regulations of the library very clearly put up on the walls. I'm exiting from the library. The right side staircase leading to the second floor. And these are all classrooms on either side of the corridor. You can just, open up any room and see This is a normal standard classroom with a blackboard, and some rooms are there which contains digital boards as well. So this is a digital board classroom again. And you see, we have got enough space in the classrooms, to perform activities, and CCTV is there in each classroom. Now we are climbing up the staircase to the second floor. Now we are moving towards a hall that we have. This hall is used for meetings and small programs, parent-teacher meetings, and a lot of meditation programs we do. So this is the reason this entire wall is painted with pictures of meditation and self-discovery. There are some notice boards kept over here where important notices are put up. You can see the fire extinguisher wheel over here as well, the pipeline in the second floor. And this is the hall. This is the hall where we use for multiple purpose. CBSE trainings we conduct over here. We have got mats over here. These mats are meant for small yoga and gymnastic activities can be done over here. Even the dance teacher can teach dance. These are cushioned mats so that children do not get injured. So when they are preparing for the annual gathering or a sports event, they practice on these mats. Children do not get hurt. And we are trying to enter the lab now, the physics lab. Now this is an empty room. This is also available for to run the classes. Desks and benches are put over here. As one of the classrooms, this is an additional room that we have, extra room. So this also can be used in long run for the higher classes. Now we are entering the physics lab. This is how our physics lab is. So this is a 3D printer. This is a 3D printer. In fact, this room we use as a physics lab for children, as well as certain things like for tinkering, robotics and tinkering sort of a lab also. So specific hours are there for the physics lab and specific hours for the tinkering. So this is something that we have printed from this 3D printer. So this is a polylactic acid. Okay, this is polylactic acid, PLA cable, and printouts like this can be possible through this. So in projects, children basically design their screws and nuts like this way, or a small replica they can design like this. So this is the programming zone, and then we have got some robotics equipment as well. Robotics zone. I think it's visible now from here. This is a junction diode characteristic apparatus, and this is a battery eliminator for proving Ohm's law. This is a circuit, and resistance in series and parallel. These are put over here, and equipments are kept in the almirahs. These are different almirahs of glass, so that the things can be seen easily from outside. This is the mechanical zone where a lot of mechanical equipments are put up like this. This is a battery eliminator again, and these are the different circuits and DC coil and
galvanometer.
Yeah.
This is also galvanometer, voltmeter, multimeters. This is calorimeter. Then different things like prism, glass slab, concave convex mirror, slinky, magnets, then tuning forks, bobs.
These are vernier calipers, screw gauges. What is this? This is a spring balance, I guess. So all these things are there, and the wall is also put up with a lot of scientists' quotations of scientists. And you see, I'm an innovator. That thing is very clearly highlighted on the walls because we are promoting innovation in every field right now, education and all the new education policies talking about innovation. So this is a sort of a statement, I am an innovator, which makes the child believe that he is an innovator. What are these things? Can you just explain quickly?
This is soldering area. Whenever we want to connect any circuit, then wires are soldered.
Okay, and these are glasses for what?
Goggles.
Safety goggles, okay. This is also a soldering area. And electronic organizers are kept over here.
Different sensors.
Different sensors are there. And these are all tables where children can work. What is this?
Sonometer.
The sonometer. Fine. So,
Apparatus to show reflection of sound.
great. So you see, these are different tables on which the children can work together. So it's quite a big lab, and if I stand from one corner, you can see the other corner. It's a big one. So this is how the lab is. Physics lab, and post the school hours, we use it for tinkering, and we have got equipments for tinkering lab as well, so that can be used by the students. And provision is made for multiple computers to be connected, laptops to be connected over here, or if they need something for electric connections are there. So these are the sockets for either use it as a laptop plug-in or any other device, projectors or something like that. And something needs to be taught over here. This is the board for that. So this is where I'm leaving the room from, and you can see it's a hall for the physics. So this is going to be used as a physics lab. So this is again the washroom and girls' washroom and all classrooms. Yeah, so this is another classroom where the board is not there. So this is an additional classroom as well. So this additional classroom can be used for 11th and 12th. We can use these as additional classrooms. This is again a 7th class with a digital board. So that's pretty much it. I have covered all the important areas of the school. Now I'll take you quickly to the terrace. And you see, we have installed solar panels. So not only for our consumption, we generate extra electricity and put it in the grid. Right, and from the terrace, I guess the entire building and the things can be more visible. See, the parking zone is visible, the boundary wall is visible. Now we are moving towards the RO plant. This has been, prepared like this on the terrace. This is the RO plant that we have for safe drinking water. This drinking water itself is supplied on each floor. In each floor, this is you see the pipes going down. So this is the junior school building again, visible from the senior school building. That small bridge that we crossed while entering the building. So that's it. Of the assembly area and the sports ground and the corridors. So with this, we have come to an end of the 1-hour virtual tour of MSM English School. I hope you liked it, and looking forward to hear from you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.